Hello, and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today we take a look at a former criminal who was able to turn his life around and become an MBE, as well as being a popular TV presenter in daytime TV. David Dickinson MBE, who was born as David Gullisarian on the 16th of August 1941. Is an English antique expert and TV presenter. Between 2000 and 2004, Mr. Dickinson had hosted the BBC One antique show and bargain hunt, where he was succeeded by Tim Wonkat. Mr. Dickinson left the BBC in 2005, and since 2006, he has been hosting the ITV daytime show, Dickinson's Real Deal. The show sees members of the public bringing antique and collectibles to sell to the dealer or take to auction. In April 2003, he had hosted his own daytime chat show series called The David Dickinson Show, and in 2017, he presented David Dickinson's Name Your Price for ITV. David Dickinson was born in Cheadle Heath, Stockport in Cheshire. Mr. Dickinson was given up for adoption as an infant and never met his biological mother, although he corresponded with her later on in life when she was living in Jersey. Mr. Dickinson's biological father is unknown. David Dickinson was subsequently adopted by the Dickinsons, a local couple. Mr. Dickinson died when David was 12, and his mother worked hard to keep the family together. David began an apprenticeship at an aircraft factory when he was 14 years old, but quickly left work to work in the cloth trade in central Manchester. He said, "I will never forget the moment. It all happened so fast. The handcuffs, being read my rights. The fear was horrendous. The scam involved buying goods on credit, selling them at a slight loss, and recycling the money back into the business to gain a much better credit rating. But when the fraudulent firm, Densgate Mail Order, operated by David and his co-conspirators, was finally busted by the police, Mr. Dickinson explains that his entire world crumbled around him. All I could think was, what have I done? However, Mr. Dickinson was able to serve his time and came out and was able to turn his life around. When Mr. Dickinson was released from prison, he set up a shop in Manchester again with an old customer as a silent partner, and the business ran smoothly until 1991, when, in light of a forthcoming recession, the shop was closed. Mr. Dickinson decided to concentrate on selling antiques at prestigious fairs, taking stands in Olympia and other major antiques fairs 3 or 4 times a year, dealing in 18th and 19th century furniture and works of art. Mr. Dickinson met his wife, Lorna Leslie, a cabaret performer, in the nightclub in the 1960s. They married in 1968. As a wedding gift, Lorna gave David an antique Regency mourning ring set with a rose-cut diamond. Mr. Dickinson's wife is African, Welsh, and Scottish in heritage. She hails from Tiger Bay in Cardiff. The couple live in a quiet village of Prestbury in Cheshire. After many years in the antique business, Mr. Dickinson's nickname became the Duke, a reference to his smart but slightly eccentric dress sense. For 40 years, he had used the same tailor, Chris Nicolau. Mr. Dickinson was renowned for driving a bright blue Bentley Continental GT, but it was reported that he got rid of the Bentley in 2008. He now owns 2 vehicles, the first being an eco-friendly smart EV, and the second being a Reliant Regal van. This van was one of the famous Yellow Trotters independence vans from the sitcom Only Fools and Horses, which Dickinson bought for 2007 for £44,000. In 1998, a chance meeting with a TV producer at a barbecue led to Mr. Dickinson's TV appearance. A 2-part documentary for the BBC made about Mr. Dickinson and his preparation for a show at Olympia. Mr. Dickinson's dark complexion is often implied to be a fake tan, but he says it's because of his Armenian ancestry. Mr. Dickinson's numerous catchphrases throughout the show quickly caught the viewer's attention. Mr. Dickinson next came to public attention as an antiques expert for This Morning and BBC Two's Antique Show, following the success of the daytime show. Mr. Dickinson left the daytime edition of Bargain Hunt in 2003. However, Mr. Dickinson did carry on presenting the primetime version, celebrity and Christmas versions of the show. He went on to present his own reality show, Dealing with Dickinson, on BBC One in 2005, which was cancelled after only one series. Mr. Dickinson left the BBC once the primetime editions of Bargain Hunt were cancelled. Mr. Dickinson did not give up. He then moved on to ITV in 2006 and was able to present a new daytime antiques programme, Dickinson's Real Deal, which is broadcast on daytime weekday afternoons. Old episodes are frequently repeated, especially in the UK. The show visits locations around the UK and asks people to come in with either their own antiques or collectibles for valuation by antique dealers, who may offer to buy the items in cash. Alternatively, the participants can take a gamble and go to auction if the dealer's offer is refused, or no offer is made to buy the object. The participant takes the risk of a lower price being offered by the dealer if the object fails to exceed the dealer's offer or fails to meet its reserve. Mr. Dickinson's job is to act as a mediator to help the sellers obtain the best price from the dealers, or to help them make the decision whether or not to refuse the offer or take the item to auction. Mr. Dickinson is famous for two quotes. One is "a real Bobby Dazzler," which is him describing a particularly excellent item that he has found. Another one is "cheap as chips." This is when he has found a bargain which he can make a lot of money on. Mr. Dickinson was recently seen in the new Rolls-Royce Wraith, a car which is reportedly worth over £250,000. He has a wife, a family, and has now become a successful daytime TV presenter, proving that even in the most dire of circumstances, you're still able to change your life and change the circumstances so that you can have a better future. What are your opinions on Mr. Dickinson? Was you aware that David Dickinson had ever done time in jail? How much money do you suspect the Duke has made throughout his years dealing antiques? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like and share, and if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you can join us on the next video. Thank you for joining us today, and until next time, stay safe.